The USS Holland, aka S-1, was laid down or began construction in 1896. She launched in 1897 and entered service in 1900. Side note, the current numerical system wasn't in place until 1920, so she wouldn't have held the name of Holland SS-1. She would have been designated Submarine 1 or simply S-1, like I stated earlier, but she was retroactively given the official designation of SS-1. She was a midget-class submarine, essentially meaning any submarine under 150 tons is a midget class. It does not mean her crew were short. She would ultimately be fitted with a pretty small armament and complement. She only had one 18-inch torpedo tube with a magazine that could hold up to 3 and one 214mm dynamite gun. She was towed to Annapolis, Maryland, where she provided crucial training for midshipmen of the U.S. Naval Academy to prepare for other Plunger-class submarines which were being built. She provided a platform that the Navy could use to experiment with and gather data from. In 1901, she went to the Naval Torpedo Station, Rhode Island, for a few months to help some hungover candidates learn how to fire torpedoes properly. Other than that, she spent the majority of her career at Annapolis in a research and development role. She was decommissioned in 1905 and sold for scrap in 1913 for $100, but the purchaser had to pay a $5,000 bond to make sure they weren't going to use the Holland as a ship again. She was then sold of her external fittings and sold again to Peter J. Gibbons, who put her on display. In 1916, she was on display in Philadelphia, and in May of 1917, she was a feature exhibit of the Bronx International Exposition of Science, Arts, and Industry. She was then moved to Paterson, New Jersey, where she would spend the remainder of her years. She was sold to the Brooklyn Naval Scrapyard in 1930 and was scrapped officially in 1932. This story, as unceremonious as it is, really feels like what you'd expect out of a profession that's called the silent service.